How are you, mate? You all right?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. How have you found isolation then so far?
It's just I'm on Football Manager now, as you maybe see where my eyes are headed. I'm good. I've just started as Milton Keynes. So yeah, I give myself a challenge. But yeah, this is just my normal life. All I do is sit in the house playing Football Manager anyway, so it's not really any different.
How far are you? How far in are you?
I've just started. I'm in 2027 with Man United, but it just felt a bit easy, so I wanted a bit of a challenge, so just mixing it up a bit.
You got a bit of a challenge in the ring then, don't you, on Saturday? How are you looking forward to that?
Well, I've never. The problem is I've not seen much of him. He's a big man and he's had 19 fights, knocked them all out. You can look at the competition and say it's not great, but he's done exactly what he needs to do with them. So I can't sit here and knock him because he's done everything right. I do feel like the lack of amateur experience and the fact that 21 rounds will cause him major problems because no one gets rid of me in a couple of rounds. It's never happened. I'm known for my durability. I'm defensively quite cute, and there's no way this fella can get me out there in a couple of rounds. And then I think with his lack of experience, he'll be in big trouble.
How difficult is that to prepare for a fight for a guy that you've seen or can see little of?
I don't care at all because I want to do what I'm going to do. I'm in great shape. I'm very confident. It ain't going to be much different to what you usually see from me, but I'm going to do everything a little bit faster. I'll be hitting that a little bit harder. There's not going to be too many differences, but everything's going to be done quicker and better and a bit cuter and everything. And I'm really excited, but I think he's the right opponent. He's going to look really good as long as he don't look too fat when we get in there. As long as he don't look a mess, it's the perfect fight to make me look good.
How big a fight is this for you in your boxing career?
Well, in terms of, I'm not boxing yet, so I can't say. We'll go for it. Like I said, I'm going off his record again, but I've been in there with Ortiz. I've been in there with world title challengers, Olympic gold medalists, headline the O2, whatever else. So for me, this is a run of the mill appearance. Really, it's just another pay-per-view appearance. It's another one. But it's a big one because he's 15 with WBA. That's what this fight's all about. It's about his WBA ranking, and I beat him. I take that. This is my last chance to ever get near world level effectively. People say I've had enough chances already, but it is what it is. This is boxing, and whether it's my personality or whether it's people wanting to watch me fight or whatever it is, it doesn't matter because I'm here again. I've got another opportunity, and I plan on taking it with both hands. And when I take a WBA world ranking, I'm going to sit nicely on that, and then we're going to get them on World Char fight at the O2 for the WBA regular. I've already got it all worked out. I've got to let Eddie know.
Oh man, good luck in your Football Manager season as well.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Take care.
Thanks, Arif. If you pass over to Ron Lewis from Boxing Scene next, please, Ron.
Dave, hi, mate.
Hello, mate.
You mentioned him there. Ortiz, compare yourself now to yourself when you fought Ortiz. How much have you moved on in those years?
Well, when I boxed Ortiz, I had 10 amateur fights. 8 of them I had in 6 months, in a spell of 6 months. And then I turned pro. Never went past 6 rounds. I think I stopped 7 of them inside 2 rounds. So I never got any rounds. I never really had any experience at all. And the next thing you know, I'm in there with the first fight that I struggled was I watched the French heavyweight champion after 17 fights, amateur and pro, and no one really put any thought into that. But that takes some doing, really. So I beat him, and then they put me with Jason Gavin, which was another hard night due to inexperience. And then I'm in with Dylan White and Luis Ortiz back to back. And looking back, I don't think there's many fighters in the world after 20 fights, amateur and pro, could go 10 rounds Dylan White, 7 with Ortiz. And on top of the lack of experience, I've not even trained a day for Luis Ortiz. I probably trained 3 times in 5 months after the White fight for Ortiz. I took him 7 rounds. It's night and day in terms of fitness and in terms of everything else, training and whatever. Night and day. I've been sparring Usyk. I'm in good shape. But in terms of experience, where I'm at as a fighter, I don't think I've ever been better. I genuinely don't. I think I've still only had 35 fights amateur and pro. People talk about Anthony Yard. He's only had 40 fights amateur and pro, and he's boxing Kovalev. I've been in there with Ortiz. I've been in there with Yoke. I've been in there with all of them. And I think now, the sparring of Usyk brought me on again. and the training with Jamie, I genuinely feel I'm a real top 20, top 25 heavyweight in the world right now. And I'll show that Saturday, and I'll show it beyond that as well. I've got a confidence about me now that's only come with sitting back, looking at my career, and saying, you know what, the stuff I've done with the experience I've got and the shape I've been is unbelievable.
Did you kind of need that? Because obviously after the Price loss, you were talking a bit about, not going on with things. But did you need that sort of time to look back and appreciate what you've done and what you could still do?
Yeah, I think starting my first amateur fight, 18 years of age, and having 10 of them, and then it was hard starting out. It was hard. My first 2 fights, my pro career was 6 2-minute rounds because my manager at the time was like, "You've got no experience, David. Like this is going to be hard to do anything." In my 6th pro fight, I got a draw with a Bulgarian journeyman. I was struggling. I've always been a great athlete, but fighting in front of people, fighting in front of big crowds and stuff like that, it takes some getting used to. And like I said, when I boxed White, 20 fights in my whole career, it was daunting. The same with Ortiz. The worst thing, the one inexperience I got was Leroy Thomas fight, the first one at Bramall Lane. I really struggled with that because that was fight 23, amateur and pro. I'm there at Bramall Lane, my local football ground. It was scary stuff. And I think after the Price fight, it took a while, and I thought, the stuff I'm doing is unbelievable. I don't think there's anyone else in boxing that's achieved the same things. I've not been successful all the time, but the fighters I've been in with and the rounds I managed to take them, and the Lucas Brown winning it web win, I look back at it now and I'm very proud of it. And I just thought, why not get in good shape, David, and have a go of it? Because there's got to be a bit of talent there, because pretty much everything I've done has just been on natural talent, really, and that's it.
On your first-hand experience, how good's Usyk?
He's very good, yeah, very good. I can always tell when someone's good because when I spar him, I will learn. I can feel myself learning at the time. That's when I sparred Derek Chisora, and Derek Chisora hit me, and I thought, oh God, that hurt. And it was shoving me, and I thought, oh, he's strong. But when I sparred Usyk and the likes of Fury, Usyk hit him with a straight left to the body. On the Monday, he hit me with it. On the Wednesday, he hit me with it. On the Friday, he hit me with it. On the second Monday, I hit him with a straight right hand to the body, and I looked at him, and I started laughing, and he started laughing. And he don't understand the word I'm saying, but I went, I got that from you. And he kind of looked at me and nodded, and I thought, God, this man is good. Because he's even teaching me how to throw a straight right hand to the body. He must be good. So no, it was an amazing experience. He's an amazing fighter. Maybe the best fighter I've ever shared the ring with my whole career, sparring, fighting, whatever. He's unbelievable.
Excellent. Thanks, Dave. Speak to you soon,
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Thanks, Ron. Next, if we pass over to Danny Flexen from Seconds Out.
Hi, Dave. How you doing?
Danny Flexen, what you saying?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, all good, thank you.
You said you learned a lot from Usyk. You could feel yourself learning while you were in there. Just give us a breakdown of some of the main things you learned from the sparring and how you see the main event going as well.
I think within what it was is, I went over there with the thought process of, I'm going there to learn. I'm going there to do what's best for me. I'm not going there to be a punch bag because that obviously is a paid sparring partner. I'm there to please them. But I thought, no, I'm not a kid anymore. I've been a sparring partner for Klitschko, Fury, Joshua. And for the most part, I've been a paid punch bag. So with the prize fight experience behind me, how many miles I got left on the clock, I'm not sure. I went over to learn. So I was boxing him. I was watching him shadow box. I was watching everything he did. And when I sparred him, all the things he was doing that was good. I was just trying to copy him. I'm not a southpaw, and I can't move as good as him because I've got legs 3 times the size. So I've not got quite the same movement. But I was copying his movement. I was everything he did, I tried. I'm not saying they came off. And when you're doing it against a man that good, it's impossible. And with the sparring, one thing I noticed from how good he was is when I landed a really nice right uppercut on the second day of sparring. It was a beautiful shot, up close. He's not great up close, I'll be honest with you. He's not a fantastic fighter up close. As soon as I got up close, I had all the success I wanted, to be honest. If I could just get him to stand still for 12 rounds, I think I beat him. But getting him to stand still is a different thing. I never hit him with that same shot again. I never hit him with the same shot twice. I think with Derek, with the fight, I think Derek will struggle because I think Derek's game plan will be, let's just walk him down. He's a smaller man. He can't punch. He's not very strong. I'll walk him down. he'll be very sorely mistaken, because I don't think Alexander's the strongest man in the world, the physically strongest, and I don't think he takes the best knockout as the strongest up at heavyweight. But if you walk straight onto Usyk, he'll knock you out. He caused me some severe trouble with his left hand. He hit me with a left hand on the chin and really steadied me up, to be honest. I've not been hit like that for many, many years. He really hit me, and didn't go over though. Didn't stop me. I said, "Come on." He hit me, and I went, "Whoa!" And he went, "You all right?" I said, "Fucking am I all right?" I said, "Carry on, what you doing?" But no, he can punch. He can really punch because he's quick, and he throws a left hand. As he said to him, he throws it really wide. He arcs it round. But it's not one of my right hands. You know, when I arc the right hand like a cricket ball, I'm just thinking, fucking have this outside the pub. He's got a bit of fault to it, you know what I mean? He arcs it round, it's a great shot. So I think with Derek, I give Derek 6 rounds to win this. I don't think he wins 7-12 like a lot of people do. I think if he wins, it's got to be 1-6.
And just another thing, you've taken a bit of a social media hiatus. I just wanted to ask you why you chose to do it, and are we going to see you back anytime soon?
Because Twitter's full of dickheads. That's why. Top and bottom of it, it's full of pricks. But I'm on Instagram. Instagram's a really nice audience. And you know me, yeah, I'm into my childish jokes. You know, I've got a bit of childish banter. I'm funny with it. I just want to make people laugh, you know, make them laugh, make them smile every day. And Twitter's not the audience for that. So I'm not bothered about Twitter. I'm not bothered about social media, really. I go on there because I like to spread a bit of positivity and I enjoy doing it. But as far as Twitter's concerned, that's a no-go. But I felt better for it. I don't need to read everyone's opinions about me. There's very few opinions I care about. Oleksandr Usyk and his team think I'm a good fighter, want me to stay a bit longer. That built my confidence. They know what they're on with. They want me to stay there and keep going. I sparred 3 of the last 4 heavyweight champions of the world. I've sparred him. Povetkin wants me in his camp. He's been ringing me non-stop the last couple of weeks to go over there. So they're the opinions I care about. I don't care about John from fucking his back bedroom. I couldn't give a fuck what he thinks because he ain't got a fucking clue. So I'm happy taking the opinions of the world-class fighters over people on Twitter. But I like Instagram because it's a good audience and we have a good crack on there.
Follow Dave on Instagram is the message. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Danny. Ryan from Boxing Social, going to jump in next, please.
Go on, Ryan. Where are you?
I'm here, mate. How you doing?
Hello. You all right? Where's Tebbit?
Tebbit's binned you off, mate. It's me today.
That's what I said yesterday.
I've only got a couple of questions for you, Dave, and then I'll let the other guys sort of get a word in with you. You've spoken about, you know, earlier in the career, sometimes maybe the occasion getting you a little bit.
Yeah.
You're taking your training seriously now. You've had some world-class sparring. There's a potential world ranking there for you. Does it feel like it's all coming together a bit now at this stage of your career?
You know what? It was never the occasion because I'm not really one to get. I'm not a nervous guy, really, as you know. I'm not a nervous character. But you know what comes with experience. I train fighters at home, as you know. I've got Danny Morel, who's had 50 amateur fights, right? I've got another kid, Liam, who's had 5 amateur fights. So they spar with each other. And in terms of athletic ability, Liam's a better athlete, yeah? And he can look after himself. He's a bit bigger than Danny. So for 2 rounds, it's always close. For some reason, in the 3rd and the 4th, Liam's gone, exhausted. And that's the experience. And that's what I've suffered with. I've been a great athlete, which I have. Underneath the fat, I was a top-class track and field. I was a good footballer, a lot any sport. But experience is key. If you're not experienced with anything, you'll be knackered. You know, I've not played football for years. I couldn't go and play 90 minutes time because I'd be knackered. Because that experience and they're doing it over and over and over again. That's where you get. It's not fitness, it's stamina. I've not had boxing stamina. You know, it's not like being a fat bastard either. That's definitely not helped the fitness. But experience is key. So I think that's been the problem for me. And I think now that I've got, and you know what? I started to get a bit of experience. I was doing the 10 with White, 10 with Yoka, 7 with Ortiz, 12 with Thomas. But I never had confidence in the experience. But now I do. Starting out, I go in the ring and I'll go, you know what? I've gone 12 with Thomas, 10 with Yoka. I've done the rounds. This one's done 1 and 2. So instead of bottling it, putting my hands up and just think I'm going to fucking fill you in eventually, I'm going to go, you know what? Let's box. Because I'm a boxer. I have a 25 pro fight. I box for titles. I box world-class men. Come on, Christopher, you big fat bastard. I will box your head clean in. And that is what we're going to do. And that's the confidence that I've got now. I'm so confident. I'm an experienced pro. So my dad the other day, my dad had 30 pro fights and he's talking to me. I said, listen, I've got 25 pro fights, yeah? I said, I boxed them all. And he went, yeah, you're right. I said, well, why don't you just go out there and box like an experienced pro? I said, I think I'm gonna. So I'm over the moon. With experience has come I've got a real confidence about me.
We always say with heavyweights, you're only ever a couple big wins away from a big fight. A world ranking comes with this, as I mentioned. You'll be number 15. How big an incentive is that for you, Dave, at this stage of your career? A world ranking.
Well, I'm 2 fights with Joshua if I win Saturday night. You know what I mean? We're back there again. But the world ranking, that's what this fight is all about. Because to be honest, Lovejoy, we don't know anything about him. As always, people have been saying, why is Dave Allen on pay-per-view again? Every time I fight anybody, it captures the imagination. Again, everyone wants to watch me and Lovejoy now. If you look at the Instagram and you look online, don't look at Twitter, don't look at YouTube comments, everywhere else, yeah, everyone is buzzing for this. I think it's 2 big lumps, yeah. On the outside looking, it's 2 big lumps with big gobs, and they're gonna have a go at it. So any fight, I mean, it usually sells. It usually gets attention. Lovejoy says he's got 5,000 followers off the back of the fight being announced. I said, you're welcome. But I'm really in an excitable mood. And yeah, so I can't remember what the original question was. But yeah, no, the top 15 ranking. Yeah. Am I going to be world heavyweight champion? While Fiona and Joshua about, you're struggling to see it really, aren't you? But there's no harm with getting a world ranking and getting some big fights. And I think, as I said earlier, I think right now as a city, I'm a top 20, 25 heavyweight in the world. And I think with a couple more wins, I think I can be a legitimate top 15 man before my career's over.
Only a couple more from me, Dave. You've gone from being an underdog against Christian Hammer to now being a significant favourite against an opponent we haven't really seen anything of. Has the mindset changed at all? Has anything changed?
Well, you know, when I was boxing Hammer, I was really nervous because Hammer's a really good fighter. I'm not saying Lovejoy's not, but Hammer's tried, tested, proven. It was a really hard night. I was going 10 rounds for definite. It would have been a real test of this newfound confidence of my experience and doing. I'd have had to been on my A game, and maybe that would not have been enough because I think Hammer's a real top 15 man. Like I think he is. You know, if you're not top 5, top 10, I don't think you're beating him, and you're not even stopping him if you are at this point. So Lovejoy, he could be anything. There's a bit of trepidation because I'm sure he can punch. He can definitely punch. And I'm not stupid enough to think, you know what, I'll just walk straight through him because he might not be very good because people online are saying that he's only been knocking out useless fighters. But I'm not daft, you know. I'll go in, I'll have a look at him. And if he's no good, I'm pretty sure I'll take him out with no fuss whatsoever because people say Dave Allen's no good. Well, what I can tell you is if they're no good, they'll get took out with no fuss at all. And if you know better than decent, I'll beat you. So we'll just have to see Saturday night. I know about as much about him as you do.
All right, Dave, I'm going to pass you on to the other guys. Good luck with the fight and good luck with the new football manager save as well.
Thank you very much. Well, 2 games undefeated as Milton Keynes boss. Anyway, thank you very much.
Congratulations, Dave.
Cheers, Ryan. Steve from Boxing UK. Steve, want to jump in?
Steve.
Hello, Dave.
Steve, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Look at that beard.
Can you see me all right?
I see you.
Good lad. Dave, new trainer.
Yeah.
New confidence. What can fans expect on Saturday that they won't have seen before from Dave Allen?
Well, like I said earlier, I don't think much is going to really change. I don't think I'm going to change massively, really. Good, everything a little bit faster, a little bit quicker. It's the confidence. I think I've always had the talent, always had the athletic ability, but I've never had the mindset with it. And I credit Jamie for a lot of that. James gave me a lot of belief. Darren Barker told me in the gym, you can be any heavyweight in the world, David, if you're on your top of your game and you go in there and you do everything correct. And for this fight, you know what? It's not been perfect. Never it is. It won't be it was not for Christopher and it won't be for anyone else on the card. But I've never felt as good as this. I've never felt as confident. I've never felt as physically good, mentally in a better place. So I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon with it. I just can't wait for Saturday.